Yeah, today I learned, no, I don't want to say I learned, but today I have a good feeling that we are now in a track where we sort of know where we want to go and a common vision and understanding of what we want to do. So I have a good feeling today. So I'll buy it and everyone will feel beer.
Wow. Who's going to be next after that?
Yes, I'm Najmul today.
You like more?
Najmul. It's a good feeling, and with the actually, I felt that we have progressed a lot, and maybe we are able to identify some of our core components just for the new.
Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Arame. I learned more about the One campaign, the aspect that at the center of for women as a feeling.
I am Freedom, and today speak more to me about how others are working in Amnesty International and see how we can
That was well done.
I am Liberty, oh, sorry.
I am Liberty.
I am Alaji. I've learned about Amnesty International participants in Ghana and how they are integrating and mixing the youth into their work.
It's not a queue, anybody. No. It's clockwise.
Yeah, you have.
Hello. Hi. Today, I've learned about how, today I've been very gratifying. It's been good to see how we are structuring the community of interest, how it's coming up. I think we are making headway. There's a clear path from the first day when there were all those questions, at least now we are seeing something tangible. You can, if you guess my name, I have a present.
And my name is Samusia. We are learned new, effective ways of communicating with the community from the discussions we had and the presentation.
Hello, my name is Joseph, and today I'm feeling better. But what I learned is that we've unpacked this whole creature called Youth Community of Interest, because initially it had a lot of misunderstanding around how it functions, how different it is from the working group, and also to understand that there are more channels for communication and bringing that particular community together. So it's one thing that I learned today.
Yes.
My name is Catherine. I learned today that, and it was kind of triggered by the graph of Amnesty, that we actually are quite far behind when it comes to the young people in the leadership positions and in the governance structures. Like, we're actually very, very far behind. But at the same time, we're here together, and I think just this last session was, it just shows you that there's commitment, and that we're kind of taking the first steps to challenging our leadership to actually take us seriously. So, and then we've got like the support of the youth working group and the youth community of interest to try and drive that agenda with the youth focal points in the room. So, yeah.
I am Patience, and I learned today that when we demand and ask for a seat at the table, or demand to enter and infiltrate spaces, we should be willing to step up and be able to grab the bull by the horn, or be able to be proactive in moving the needle forward. So nothing is going to be given to us until we fight for it, we penetrate that system, we get the confidence, the empowerment, the skills that we need to really move the needle, move the work forward. Especially young women.
Hi, I'm Marina, and today I've learned that, I've worked with the global platforms for some time, and I've learned that global platforms are quite progressive compared to maybe other parts of ActionAid at the moment, because we have all the managers, the trained, the staff is all youth. So maybe that's a good model for the rest of ActionAid to look at when we are thinking of moving the rest of the
I'm Aisha. I think I learned one new thing from Aisha Ibadan on how to communicate. Before we knew they had time priors, I would carry the message around, but they are doing something interesting where they have a megaphone on a pole and they record a message. Okay. That's something. And then I know I've been working on a global campaign for some time now, but so there are some key points that I've been doing.
So I learned about the Global Women's Campaign, which excites me a lot, and I'm looking forward to see how we can join it.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
We Asian group, we discussed about the different idea about the community mobilizations. So we learned from different states, from Africans and European countries, how they using their different means of the communication to mobilize the community. And agreed with you, what you done. Okay.
My name is the known one to everyone. What I have learned today, firstly I have learned that everybody here is an activist. I didn't know that working with the Action Agency. So that is a lesson we have took today. But okay. Also, what I have learned that NCC of youth are pushing Action Aid organization to be youth-based organization. So now we will fight women-based and youth-based organization.
Thank you. Hello everyone. I'm Josiah. The exercise around imaging our community has made me to have a deep understanding. So I can say now that I have a dream about our community. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Yasin Rahmani, and today I learned in the morning that the Amnesty country director Robert he shared, which was for me it was a good experience, especially about the three pillar or three part of the involvement, the government, the stakeholders, and also community, how they can join during the implementation of the program. And then we also combine and all the component of idea from different pillars and make it has one action plan here. So we also, I realized that the resource is very important for this action plan for youth platform. So we are we will be depend on the resource mobilization as we work together. And then at the end also I remember that I realized that I should be committed to work with our women's rights program coordinator or manager to start the one campaign, women's rights campaign at the country level. Because this is the first time that I heard about this campaign, so we will start here.
Thank you. El Salvador and Afghanistan on board. Yeah.
My name is Blessing. I learned about Amnesty International, how they mainstream youths in their programs and how they work with them. And then again, the one campaign was also very insightful because it got me thinking about why we're actually doing what we are doing.
I'm Shu, and today I learned about the likes or Amnesty youth work, and also learned about the global campaign. And firstly, I heard about that thing, but I'm not sure about what they want to achieve. But today I learned about it.
Musa, yeah, it's been a great learning experience for me. A lot of things that I've learned, a lot of questions in my head. So yeah, first of all, the inspiration, the guy who came in this morning got me thinking, okay, as much as we want, representation in these structures, but also we should also think about, it's not all about like putting a youth there, but quality representation, you know what I mean? So people whom we know for sure and trust will represent their interests, not just because I'm that should be there. And this was very interesting to me. It gives, are you okay? There are a lot of opportunities in the community of interest, and I'm foreseeing great products, great innovations. I think we do this right. I mean, we'll be the first in many things in the innovation side. So there's a lot of potential. That's what I'm seeing. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Carla. The whole day was a learning process for me, and the most exciting thing was that we did go forward with the youth committee.
Thank you.
Two things, a little linked. I think sometimes, things are, when you sit very far away, it can be difficult to really conceptualize together. And then suddenly we were sitting in a small group talking in the purpose, and it was like da 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 da. And one of the things we talked about was this thing of connecting and linking struggles, local struggles. And Amnesty guy, he talked about this twinning, that all the local volunteer groups were just connecting. So this is like, I leave with like, how can we do that in ActionAid? Because I think that's one of our uniquenesses. Yes, and one last thing, I think we should I also learned something about that it takes a little while, but now we actually have like 4 or 5 women signed up, because Tala also signed up.
Now we need a
Okay, hello, I'm Andrew. I was struck by I already knew about the global campaign, but the coach listed 4 things. I think the body and sexual control of the body and women's sexuality. I think the second was control of political space, then control of the workspace, and outright violence is a good categorization that helps one understand and see these issues when they happen in real life. So it's a fantastic way of categorizing an otherwise complex and abstract issue. Yeah. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Anne. I learned a lot of things today, especially I think I learned some really fun energizers. That was really fun. And also I learned how to mobilize young people, especially from the Amnesty person's presentation. Very simple techniques that we can adopt in our local youth mobilization practices. And also, I also learned the amount of time and the strategizing that is to go behind, presenting at the city's space tomorrow, and that we do have to put a lot of time and think really well before we go forward.
Other great energizers. Thank you, partner. I was supposed to be her partner, but come on, she's good. And I learned a lot about how to build this structuring of the community of interest in, and I was glad to know that we are all activists too.